Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be going over and showing you how to install the Thule Evo Wingbar crossbar system here on our 2021 Honda CRV. So this is what our system is going to look like installed. Now for starters, we have two different color options for the crossbars here. We have black, which is what we have installed on the vehicle here. There's also a silver crossbar option as well. Now it really just comes down to preference in which you feel matches your vehicle better. So the wing bars get their name, obviously, from the shape of the crossbar. They're going to be shaped like an aeroplane wing. Now what this does is, number one, we're not going to lose near as much fuel economy as we would normally with a blockier type of crossbar. And number two, since they're more aerodynamic, they're going to cut down on wind noise, so we're not going to have to worry about that whistling sound up on the roof of our vehicle when we're traveling out on the highway. So in the top here, you're going to notice that we have this rubber strip down the center of our crossbar here, and this is actually going to be covering our integrated channels. So these integrated channels are going to be really nice. The reason for using these are going to be some vehicles here. You can see we don't have a lot of space between the top of the roof and the bottom of our crossbar here. So therefore, some of the wraparound clamps we may use with some hand knobs, they may be kind of hard to get to. We really don't have a lot of space, and we really don't want to be up here with tools and such scratching the vehicle's surface. So therefore, we can actually just slide them directly into the channels here on our crossbars, making things much simpler. So adding a roof rack to your CRV, it's going to be an excellent option. It really makes your vehicle that much more versatile. So we could definitely attach a cargo box here if we want to free up some space inside the vehicle. If we want to hit the slopes, we can throw some skis in there as well. Or if we want to hit the trails, we can definitely attach a bike rack. We can also attach the kayak carrier if you want to go out in the water. The possibilities are really going to be endless. So in regards to weight capacities, this is sometimes can be a little bit confusing to consumers because our mounting feet and our crossbars are each going to have a separate weight capacity. The crossbars are going to be 220. However, installed on our vehicle here, we're not going to be able to utilize that full capacity. Our max weight capacity with everything assembled on this particular vehicle here is going to be 110 pounds. So you will be limited to that number. So in regards to installation, this specific kit here is going to be designed for models with a bare roof, meaning we don't have any flush side rails here. So the way it attaches, it's pretty easy. We're going to have this rubber coated metal clip here, which is actually going to be attached inside the door here. It sort of attaches inside the jamb there between the weather stripping and the body. And then we have a nice rubber foot here, which protects the vehicle again from scratches, and that's what sort of clamps down here, the combination between the clip and the rubber foot. So we don't have to worry about any damage to the roof or scratches to the surface because everything's rubber coated. So as we can see, another nice feature of this system here is that we don't have to worry about any interference with the sunroof. We can open and close it without issue. So in regards to installation, the nice thing about this kit is it comes with pretty much everything we need for installation. I do, however, recommend you pick up a tape measure. But aside from that, everything is pretty straightforward. And if I can be honest with you guys, I mean, it's super easy to do. I mean, it really shouldn't take you more than an hour. We don't have to make any modifications. We're literally just bolting them onto the vehicle here. We have these custom molded car clips, which makes everything easy. So once we take a couple measurements, it should be up in no time. So to start off, I'm going to go over with you all the key components we're going to need for our roof rack. Number one, we're going to have our crossbar, which we have here. Number two, we're going to have the mounting feet here. And then number three, we're going to have our fit kit. So the fit kit is going to be composed of two components. We have the rubber pad as well as the metal clip, which goes in our door here. So we need to pay attention when we're installing our fit kit, because each of the pads are going to have a different number as well as the car clips. So the reason that they're numbered is it's going to let us know if it goes for the front crossbar or the rear crossbar, and then what side of the vehicle it's going to go on. So we're going to actually have 4 different pads here. We're going to have 2 different styles of car clips. So we want to make sure that when we're installing our system, we pay close attention to the numbers on our clips and our pads. So what the fit kit does is, the fit kit is what actually attaches the mounting feet to the vehicle's roof. These are actually going to be the custom fit in this kit here. This is what's going to be specifically designed for this vehicle here. And then our mounting feet are going to attach to the fit kit, or rather our fit kit attaches to the mounting feet, and that's what actually secures the crossbar. So with our roof rack, it's going to be, again, 3 main components: the mounting feet, the crossbar, and the fit kit. So now we're ready to begin assembly. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our crossbars here. It doesn't matter which is the front, which is the rear. However, we do want to pay attention to which way we orient the crossbar. If we take a look here, it's sort of a wing shape. We have the larger surface here, and then it sort of tapers down. This larger surface is going to be facing the front of the vehicle. So you want to make sure you take that into consideration when you're assembling everything. And the next thing we need to do is, again, we're going to have a chart in our instructions here that's going to let us know the spacing that we need to install our mounting feet onto the crossbar. So this is going to be different for the front and rear, so depending on which one you're working with, you need to make sure you have the correct measurements. Furthermore, you're going to get 2 different sets of measurements in your kit here. It can be kind of confusing. They have an edge measurement, and then they have an Evo measurement. We have the Evo system here, so you want to make sure that you're using these measurements. So what we need to do is, first of all, we're going to pop off the cap. There's going to be a little tab there. You just press that, and then it should come right out. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the spacing here of our mounting feet inside these channels. So these channels here are what our mounting feet are going to secure to. We have these little built-in measurements here. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's going to be some numbers on here. In our kit here, it's going to provide us with a specific measurement. For this particular one, it's going to be 40.5. So we're going to go to the 40.5 hash mark. We're going to extend our little stopper out to that spot, and then we'll repeat the same process on the other side. So now we're ready to go ahead and slide on our mounting foot. But before we do that, we want to go ahead and assemble this. So again, we need to pay attention to what side of the vehicle we're working on, because that's going to relate to the number here on our rubber pad. So once we've ensured that we have the correct pad, we can go ahead and install it onto the bottom of the mounting foot. It's pretty simple to do that. Just line everything up, and you're actually just going to press it down to lock it into position. So it takes a little bit of force, but just make sure everything lines up, and you should feel it go into position. And now we'll take our metal clip here, and again, make sure you pay attention to the number on the inside, because we're working on the front or the rear of the vehicle. You just simply press that in to lock it into place. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and slide our completed mounting foot into the crossbar channel here. So you're going to have these little metal tabs here, these silver tabs. Once we depress that, that's going to loosen up our channel nut at the top here and let us slide it into the crossbar. So we're going to slide this all the way until the inside of our mounting feet butts up with that little spacer there. And now we'll just repeat the same process on the other side of this crossbar. Once we have our mounting feet into position, we can reinstall our end caps. So we already went ahead and got the front crossbar installed. Now we would just simply use the same steps that we just showed you. But in order to get the right location, we need to take a measurement first. We're going to be measuring from the edge here between our windshield and our roof here to the start of our fit kit, that rubber pad there. So we're going to use the diagram on our instructions, and that's going to give us the spot for the front crossbar. And then what we can do, once we have the front crossbar in place, we're going to go ahead and measure again so we can get the correct position for the rear one. However, it's going to be a little bit different. Now for the rear crossbar, we're going to measure from the front of the crossbar of the one we just installed to where the front of our other crossbar would be. So once we have that correct distance, I went ahead and just took some painter's tape just to temporarily set that up there so I know where to set the mounting feet. So now we're ready to go ahead and set our crossbar assembly on our vehicle here using our marks we made earlier as a reference. So now once we have the assembly into position, we're going to take our tightening tool here. There's going to be a bolt inside of the circle here. We're going to begin tightening it down. Now keep in mind, you want to make sure that you alternate back and forth, side to side, so you tighten everything down nice and even. And now we'll take our covers here. Go ahead and insert those. We'll take a Phillips head screwdriver, whatever you have, to turn it to lock it into place. I'd also like to point out at this time that you can actually purchase locks. They are sold separately for this system here. It'll lock the roof rack to your vehicle, and it's going to replace these plastic cores here with metal locks. And that's going to do it today for our look and installation of the Thule Evo Wingbar Crossbar system here on our 2021 Honda CRV.